hello, hi, it is me, it is I, Smuta Didi, your Khadi on these ever internet, Sakastracha, and back, hello, yala. I don't know how many retakes this, not even retakes, how many times I've been interrupted. Like I start, I'm in, boom, the microphone is off, boom, this wasn't recording. But let's get into this quickly. I've been meaning to do a video on skinny talk. Yes, I'm in bed, I'm in my pajamas, nobody die. Um, for a while now. And it's a mesh really part of like people from different walks of life, but mostly it's such a white woman pursuit, this we know. And I'm talking about skinniness and not health, because I know we like to confuse the two or make like this one like automatically means the other. That's not what's going on here. But then yesterday I left a comment on a like some other fitness girls video. I think her handle is fitness underscore Litu or Letu, I don't know. And then we're gonna watch a video here and we're gonna come back and talk about this video, and maybe I'll bite on a little bit of skinny talk, because skinny talk is such a video on its own, okay? But let's get into it. Let's have a look.
The discipline and respect that you have for yourself, it will always show on your waistline. It's here, my baby. It will always show on your waistline.
The road to white supremacy land is paved in this rubbish. And that's the exact comment I left on her video. I'd left a comment in my work account, using my work account, and I'd asked, like, when did we start using thinness to measure morality? Because this is damning what she's saying here. And for those of us who don't like to apply ourselves, or when we don't feel like things, what's being said will ever impact us negatively, we can't follow the thought, we don't see where this is possibly headed, what this means, um what are the bigger repercussions for this kind of language, and what it could possibly grow into. For those of us who aren't don't have that lens and that wiring, it's okay. This looks like nothing and it feels like nothing. I have never in my life, as a black woman, that's not true. I felt so let me not get like extra like melodramatic, but this is one of those times in my life where I truly, truly felt so disrespected, not just for me, because it's not really about me, but when I think about all the black women in my life in particular, and the black women in our communities at large that I see, the contributions they've made, the gains that they've made, navigating the world in these bigger bodies. And then here we have somebody possibly walking around with a fucking kitchen scale, fixing your mouth to tell us that we don't respect ourselves over a waistline, reducing how we show up in the world and our value to a fucking waistline. And you don't hear it like that, right? Because when I say it like that, it's like, oh, she's so serious, it's not that deep. What do you mean it's not that deep? What do you mean it's not that deep? This speaks to how you guys treat people. But if we call you out on it now, if I say, oh, you must not like treat fat people with respect because you're running off the assumption that they don't respect themselves anyway, you're going to deny it. You're going to be like, that's not true. I treat everybody. No, you don't. You don't, and you just said it. But you don't hear yourself when you're saying these things. I'm looking at her. I watched her definition, mwah, right? Like I can appreciate a girl putting in the work in the gym in as much as I can appreciate the girl putting in the work elsewhere. That's not in the physical, a girl in academia, whatever. I root for the girls when they do what they want to do. What we're not realizing that this language is running like this, with the language where after you got rid of me at the station, right? I'm fat and non deserving and don't respect myself. I lack discipline and this and that. You drop me off here. At the next station, they're dropping you off like they tried to drop Michelle Obama off and Serena Williams and telling you look like a fucking man. It's the same shit. Argo the white supremacy part of it. When you guys are peddling eugenics kind of talk, do you understand where this road leads ultimately? You stripping fat women, bigger women of their humanity over a fucking waistline. Are you okay? Self-respect, discipline, It's grad season. I'm seeing girls of all different shapes, sizes, shades, all types of things achieving academically. That requires a discipline of sorts. But if you're running with this line of thinking, you're saying as long as you're fat in the world, you're showing up as this. You're showing up as does not respect themselves, does not have discipline. These are the things that result in some of the problems that we're dealing with today, especially in the arts. A lot of you lately, there's this talk on my TikTok, that's what I'm being fed, of people complaining about the talent that we get on our screens, right? Everybody saying, oh my God, why does Lunga Shabalala get all the gigs? What do you remember the season when Muvango just had light skinned baddies with Instagram numbers on our screens? Zero talent. It's this. I don't know why my throat does that. That season is this. It's when we reduce people to this one particular thing and we minus everything else that matters. And now the state of like television in particular and wholly the state of the arts in this country in particular is sitting the way that it's sitting because we've prioritized aesthetics and we've decided that when somebody walks into a audition room and they look a certain way, it doesn't matter their talent. We're going to cast them because people just want to look at pretty people. People just want to look at a bad bitch with a bad bod and they don't care about the talent of it all. Do you see the state of it? When you peddle this kind of language and you have fat women around you, when I think of the women that get up at the crack of dawn before everybody else, prepare their little things that they sell at the stall at schools, and they are up early, bafra maguinho, whatever it is that they're selling, they're doing whatever. The ladies about some again. A lot of them are big women, right? When you don't interrogate things like, but why are so many black women in particular? Because I don't give a shit what those white girls are doing. I don't. I consume them the same, like, and I throw them the fuck away right after that because I'm aware that I would never be allowed to sit with them. A lot of you on Skinny Talk taking the advice of like literally white supremacist princesses, and you think you guys are like singing from the same hymn sheet. Are you okay? When I think of these particular black women, and I understand that they're just trying to put their children through school, that's discipline. Getting up that early, setting up your little stall at your market, setting up your little wherever it is that you're selling over at the school, doing that religiously for 30 years, putting your children through school because the fucking daddy ran off or just does not want to do that much, such that you're not even able to take care of yourself. You're like literally at the back burner. It's not even on, baby. You're just the pot that was shoved at the very end. You know that pot, when we all act like we don't see it for like days and stuff until it just becomes a little too funky and it's like, oh my God, I gotta watch this one. That's what women do to themselves. And then we have young women like this who have nothing else going on. I'm not suggesting her in particular, but losing weight and keeping a physique like this is a full time job. You need to have hours to do this. We have people existing in this kind of privilege coming to tell the average South African woman, because we have some weight on us, the average South African, telling us that we lack self respect. Us who are putting children through school, using these same bodies that you all find so disgusting and not worthy, an indication of like not loving ourselves, right? Because we don't respect ourselves, there's no way we can love ourselves, right? These bodies, these are the same bodies that carry us. I work on my feet. My work requires me to be on my feet the entire day, and I put out really, really beautiful work, and you want to come and tell me about my lack of discipline over this one like literal thing in my life, this little facet of my life, this little thing there. That's the thing you're going to focus all your energy on and tell me if I'm showing up in the world in this body, this is what it's saying about me. It's problematic because when we say these things, we have this new thing where I don't get it, where we feel like the things we say online are online talk, right? Or it's something I'm saying online. In real life, I don't really, because according, you must not have any fat people in your life. Because if you do, this is how you see them and this is how you feel about them. Why do you have people around you that you can't count on? Every time there's a family gathering, it's the fat women making sure that everything is together. It's always them. It's always them. You all concerned with the aesthetics are concerned with even on that day. You can never step outside of yourselves to recognize that something needs to be done, that you need to be part of a community and serve because you're so fixated on this thing and you want to come and tell us about self control and you're walking around with a kitchen scale. Food is still in charge of you. It's just in charge of you on the side of things that's more socially acceptable. So it doesn't look like it. It looks like discipline, counting like your every macro. Like that shit is weird. And I'm not saying don't count your stuff and learn how to eat properly, such that you get to a point where by you can figure out, oh, this is this and all this. I'm not saying that. I'm saying a lot of you, it's a full time job. The girls on Skinny Talk, the real estate that my weight and food takes up in my brain, you have it doing the exact same thing to you. You're just on the different side of the spectrum in terms of where like weight struggles are concerned. You're on the thinner side. So it's socially acceptable. You get to walk around saying shit like you have discipline. You don't. You have food noise just like me. What the fuck are you you think I don't see you? This is disrespectful and it's setting us back. And they're about to call you a man over the arms that I like on you, the arms that I like that you have, the physique that me, I love the look of you. I do. They're gonna call you a man. And then you're gonna look around and want what the fat women with the bass in their voice, that'll be me, to come through and start explaining shit to people and take up for you. I can't do that. I don't have the discipline to show up. Do you see? Discipline? You guys really rate yourselves. These are the people that sit on this kind of talk. Why I'm saying this idea that things exist online and in real life, I'm not doing this. When in the video where I was talking about so-called useless like varsity university degrees and stuff, and how there's no such thing. And Kimberly talks at this. Kimberly Nicole Foster, whom I watch quite a bit, she talks about this quite a bit, where we can't downplay the importance of having different people existing in all types of spaces, because that's what allows those spaces to be diverse, the thinking in those spaces to move away from whatever biases and potential racist norms that are prevalent in those spaces, right? These when we talk like this and we start to make this kind of language part of our code as a people, the same person is going to sit one day on an interview panel or an interview board, and you walk in as a fat woman and they've already marked you 50 points down, and you're working extra hard because you walk in, right, as a fat woman. They look at you and they're just like, yeah, she lacks discipline. There's no way she's competent. Because people carry their biases with them in every space that they walk into, contrary to what they might tell you. That's how they make decisions. Their conservative nature, they make their decisions from that point of view. If they are progressive, they make their decisions from that point of view. So if we allow this to become how we measure people, if we allow this to become the standard of, oh, how you're showing up, that body of yours, I must know if you are, you automatically are not competent because you walked in, you're fat. You sit down, 50 points down, 50 points down. And now you have to qualify your humanity, your capabilities to this person. They don't even hear you. That I get it. I get it all the time. I've been in this body my whole life. I've had people underestimate me. I've had people look at my work and be like, oh, you really did that? Are you going to be able to wake up that early? And when you're a big person, you get it often enough to hear the undertone. You get people asking what otherwise seems like an on the surface thing, which is what people were trying to gaslight me about in this comment section before I removed that comment that I'd left with my work account. Oh, nobody said anything about thinness. I believe she came and responded and said somebody needs to start telling the truth. What truth? Some of you think you're so brave. Some of you really think it's first time. Like you're being such a revolutionary with that shit. I said that to you girls like not too long ago when you guys were acting like you're such victims when you literally belong to the popular voice. You're not saying nothing new. You're not. You're not. And I'm pretty sure most of us have a few big women in our family, if not most. They carried you, made you into the woman you are today. And today you want to and talk about how much they don't love themselves and how they are lacking in discipline. Made sure you were up for school on time every morning with that weight. You want to talk about discipline. Like this one thing is how you measure this. Other people underestimate me. Oh, are you? When I was in college, I was two of I was there were two black people at that college, and I was the girl, and there was one black guy there. And I remember this white boy saying to me, asking, it was one of those things where everybody was asking each other that day, and I'd come into the space and whatever. He goes, Didi, are you a folder or a scruncher? And I hadn't heard of that before. So basically, it's like tissue. When you're in the loo and you've done number two, do you fold your tissue nicely when you wipe or do you scrunch? And before I was like, and then I didn't even answer, and he goes to me, you look like a scruncher. You heard that, and you heard it, right? That's a microaggression. You heard that. And you're not confused about it. That's you, fat black girl. These are the attributes that I've assigned your blackness and your fatness. Lazy, unhygienic, dirty. All of that's what he said to me without saying it, and then he chuckles. Mind you, I'm a grown woman at that time, a young woman, but like I'm not a child where I would be scrunching up toilet paper. But because of the stuff that he carries with him in his whiteness, he can make those he feels right to. Where do those things come from? He carried them into that college with him and said them to me. This is somebody whom I was late to start college. Like everybody started this week and I started the next week. So everybody had gotten to know each other. This is somebody who pretended like, oh, they're trying to like help me integrate with everybody when I got there. I remember we were having like a lemon sorbet, and they were asking everybody, oh, how's the sorbet for you? How's it? And then they asked me, I'm like, same as everybody else. Like, the fuck do you mean? Like, is the sorbet gonna be different in my mouth? Like, it felt pretentious. Even the asking of everybody felt like just a build up to come and be like, it just didn't feel organic and or natural. And then he snapped about it, right? And the real him showed up. But the thing is, he's always been ugly. This is a rant now about something. Fuck you, Drew Hansen. Anyway, that's not the point. Whoa. Let me not get into that because something else happened on the day of grad. But that's not the point. My point is, he carries those things about him regarding black people. And with me, you can add on fat people, right? But really, it's about black people. He carries them with him. That's what like emboldened him to make the statement that he made. So I am inclined to believe that the people in the comment section siding with this girl are the type of people who will not hire you because you're fat. It doesn't matter if you're competent, if you got a good whatever because you're fat. We know those offices where everybody's like, the girls at that office, whatever the job is at that office, are also pretty and they have a certain aesthetic to them. Then you look at who's hiring and it's some man, like a type of man who's into this type of girl. So you know you can't serve your articles at that firm. They're not going to pick you because you don't look fuckable to them. That's how this shit happens. And before you know it, you have spaces like the arts in shambles the way we have them now. And everybody's like, oh my God, how did this happen? What do you mean? How did this happen? I get we like discipline. We like discipline, la. That's how it happened. But anyway, carry on. Your turn will come. That's all I want you to realize. Right now, it's not your turn, right? Right now, it's your turn to shit on me. I'm the weakest link right now. You're still a black woman when it's said and done. Your turn is going to come where they remind you that you're also a fucking monkey. Okay? It's going to come. And then you're gonna wanna rely on my verbiage to try and no, no, could never be. Everybody, nobody said whatever. My battery died. My camera's battery died. But I think I was done. I just needed to tell you guys that mwah, mwah, bye and that little bit that I do. But you guys carry on as you are. Those of you who are finding yourselves on ED TikTok, because that's what it is, and I'm on skinny TikTok, right? My gripe with skinny TikTok is exactly that. It's skinny TikTok, right? And over the years, we've had health fads and clean girl this and health girl this and whatever, whatever. And there were always elements of that ED shit and that advice, but it wasn't explicitly that. The girls were still trying to pretend that they want you to have like nutritionally dense meals. The girls on Skinny Talk, why I'm like, I can't really full on get on with the girls on Skinny Talk. A lot of it is you can still eat what you want. It's just about the portion. Great. That's fine. That's fine. Then I look at what they eat, and the whole day, this bitch is having like half a bagel, half something where I'm like, where's the fucking fiber? Where's the nutrition happening here? Because it's not about that. It's not about that. It's about skinniness. The same way baby girl just said right now, it's about your waist. She said nothing about health. And no, it's not implied. Because everybody doesn't have a small waist because they're so healthy. That's not what's happening. But that's all I wanted to say to you guys. Leave a happy and stuff. Nena, I don't care because I know your turn is coming and I know you're going to be so confused. And I won't be confused. I'll be laughing. That's what I'll be doing. That's the type of bitch. That's the time I'm on. Because I've realized some of you need that kind of treatment. Because you think you can bully others and others should be able to find your bullying as motivation. I think it's fine if I laugh because then you will get it, that you speak that language. You can't be met with empathy and understanding because you don't speak that language, you won't understand it. That's all. If you're a fat woman and you are climbing on board with people who talk at you like this, you're going to find yourself in a lot of trouble. They will never really fully embrace you anyway. You don't get picked by these girls. Okay? There is a way. The only time I've managed to lose weight, and it's been the yo-yo dieting for me, right? But the times I've managed to lose some weight have always been the times where I was kinder to myself, where I didn't have that nasty voice telling me nasty things about myself that only induced a binge so I can feel better about it later. So much work, too much work has been done to make us understand why people carry weight the way they do. The many reasons why people find themselves in spaces where they've put on so much weight. For us to come here and reduce it to it being some fucking discipline. People must discipline their way out of the depression that's making them overeat. People must. What are you talking about? What even are you talking about? This is right next to that shit Charlemagne trying to say Risa Tisa did what she did because that's just big girl type shit. I know many a skinny bitch letting a dude dog them the fuck out. Mikali came here and told us that she paid for a whole Mexico trip with that waist. Mikali was out here fucking up her entire career to get with that waist. Constantly trying to sell you on things that are not real. It must mean this about you. It doesn't mean anything about you. It doesn't even begin to define you. A lot of you are ballsy. Ballsy to walk around here and publicly and like with base say the shit you want to say about fat people because whatever struggles I may have manifest themselves this way, in that I eat my feelings around whatever it is that's happening to me, and they manifest themselves this way. You and your fucking porn addiction, and I'm not shaming you now for your problems, right? You get to walk around, you're feeling like you can point a finger at me because your issue is concealed. You don't have to walk around with your thing sitting on your forehead saying, I lack whatever in this way. I'm struggling with this thing. Your thing you can hide. Your thing, it can be a private thing. Mine can't. And you feel ballsy to point at me and say, I don't think you don't love yourself for struggling with alcohol. I think you're struggling with alcohol. I don't think it's a discipline thing. I've learned that addiction is a mental illness. I've learned this. We have learned this. You're not helping anybody. And if you are one of the people who are running this like little scam off of the guise of you just want black women to be healthy and whatever, and this is the take you go for, this is the language you go for, like we don't have like things already beating us down, this is how you choose to approach us. Everybody just wants to be, who the fuck is baby black women? Who? Like across the board, who? You think this is gonna be helpful? The world already talks to us like that. Come on. Like really? But anyway, go on with your thing. It's okay. I think I've said goodbye a few times now. It's okay. Your problems are well concealed, so you get to come up here and act like you just love yourself so much and you have all of this discipline off of this one thing. This one thing you feel now informs like how the world should treat you. The world should now like assume all types of positive things about you because you happen to, your room, you could be living in hoard. You could be struggling with other things, right? But you get to walk out into the world presenting this way, and the world will tack on positive attributes onto you for showing up in the world looking a certain way. The same way, I, as a fat person, when I walk out, people want me to start doing little like auditions for them to be like, oh, okay, she's actually, oh, take. The next time you find yourself in spaces where you're dealing with a bunch of incompetent, pretty people, or attractive people or skinny people, understand this is how the hiring process went. They were like, Lerato uzane, like Romeo kwa reception. Terrible attitude, Lerato. All she got is a waist. That's it. That's all Lerato has. Terrible attitude, zero like skills in terms of dealing with anything. Can't press the fucking computer to save her life. Yamaharosha. Like, but Lerato got the job because you need something pretty at the desk in front. So, we know they hire like that. We know. Mhm. We know it. Anyway, bye, Ella.